All right, so we have a couple minutes here. Maybe grab a quick cup of coffee. Jenna from our team is going to be leading the CauseVox crash course. So you're going to have about a half an hour to explore just how CauseVox can help you raise more online. So this is going to be a very exciting session that Jenna, on our customer success team, is leading. Hey, Jenna, how are you?
Hey, Candace. I'm great. This is my first summit, so I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, excited to have you.
Yeah, everyone seems really engaged, so I hope we have another great session with lots of questions too.
Yeah, send us your questions. Q&A in the questions that we'll be looking at first are going to be in the Q&A pane. So if you can find that and send us your questions there, that'll be great. And then we'll do our best to monitor the chat as well. Lots of chats coming in, so it's been really fun. Yeah, and so I guess right before I turn it over, actually, I'll save this question for after. So, okay, great. And I will paste in the link to our schedule for today in the chat as well for anyone that's curious as to what our upcoming sessions look like. Again, if you didn't have the chance to make a session yesterday or today, or want to rewatch them later, we are selling notes and recordings of all the sessions, complete notes and recordings, for $30. So feel free to make that purchase as soon as you can, and then we will get you those notes and recordings by the 31st on Monday. So awesome. All right. Well, Jenna, I don't want to take up any more of your time to tell us a little bit more about how CauseVox can help organizations raise more online.
Perfect. Awesome. So yeah, I'm going to just share my screen real quick, and we can dive right in. Okay, great. So you should be seeing our PowerPoint here, how to raise more through CauseVox. So we're gonna talk briefly about what CauseVox is, digital fundraising, some examples of digital fundraising, and then how you can actually use CauseVox to set up your digital fundraising and virtual events coming up. So with CauseVox, CauseVox is a digital fundraising platform designed to help you raise more with less effort. So while typical software is clunky and complex, contract-bound, expensive, CauseVox can actually help you run your fundraising with less effort, and it tidies everything up for you so you can run donation pages, crowdfunding, peer-to-peer fundraising, virtual fundraising in less time with less hassle. So one of the things that we solve for you at CauseVox is creating great donation forms. I know you heard Rob mention this earlier. So we help you convert more donors with less clunkiness. CauseVox will replace any outdated forms or PayPal buttons on your website to help you convert more donors with a seamless giving experience that's actually optimized to help you get more donors. Additionally, we have crowdfunding, so you can quickly spin up campaigns that are branded with a fundraising goal, a thermometer, which we'll see in a couple examples later. Also, social media integrations on the back end, automation to help you run your crowdfunding with less hassle and reach your goals with less uncertainty. And we also have peer-to-peer fundraising. So you can create peer-to-peer fundraising campaigns to activate your supporters to raise funds on your behalf, all while having the clutter-free experience that you're gonna love or your donors are gonna love. So what is digital fundraising? We talk about the infrastructure. Digital fundraising is really, it starts with the donation form. And yesterday we learned that the donation form with donations, everything is centered around that, and mobile is key. So you know that in order to have something standing up tall and strong, you have to have the infrastructure to support that. So if you want to transition your fundraising to digital, you're going to want to start with a really solid, dynamic, conversion optimized and mobile optimized donation form, which we do specialize in here at CauseVox. And then to build on top of that, you then add your campaigns, those crowdfunding campaigns, to reach out via social media and to reach out to your networks. Those campaigns also need to be dynamic and fully functioning, probably equipped with easy donation, persistent donate buttons, persistent joining campaign buttons, something with embedding media and graphics and easily able to adapt your appeal and customize to your brand. And on top of that, you can add an additional layer of peer-to-peer, which we find actually helps organizations raise twice the amount of funds. So again, peer-to-peer, as Rob and Candace have been mentioning throughout the summit, peer-to-peer is when you activate your key supporters to start raising funds on your behalf. So that's how you can tap into multiple networks at one time. You're increasing your breadth very quickly, and your peer-to-peer fundraisers are really doing the marketing for you. And one way that they can do that marketing for you is through email and social media. And one great thing about CauseVox is that our campaigns are equipped to allow an easy share via email or via social media links like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, which you'll see shortly. So I've mentioned briefly this digital fundraising cycle. It's been talked about. And so again, it starts with building that audience. So attracting people who's really interested in your cause, and really targeting your outreach strategy towards them. Once you have this audience, it's really important to keep engaging them. It's much easier and more economical to continue nurturing your donors rather than going out and having to reach new donors, even though that's a very critical part too. But as much as you can, we always encourage continued nurture until the point of conversion, and that's the call to action section. And so again, as Candace had mentioned, this is a cycle. This is not a one-time circle. This is something that needs to continually happen to continuously engage your donors, that they see the value in your cause, the impact that you're making, and the need for them to actually participate with you. So before COVID, I know we've had such a huge shift in our culture and the daily going about our business, our daily lives, our work functions. Before, marketers and fundraisers were pretty separate. You only had to really focus on nurturing your relationships with your donors. But now, post-COVID, we see that now more than ever, there's a huge blend in the marketing and fundraising functions of your nonprofit organization. And so it's critical to adopt and to learn new marketing strategies, which we actually really focused on the day one yesterday. And so I do encourage you to get those notes and recordings. If you've missed them, we do have that discount going on for the $30 for the notes and recordings, but we had some excellent insights on day one for digital marketers and how you can actually include strategies. Even if you've never, you haven't looked into marketing before at all, you'll be equipped. So a lot of you said, I'm ready to do a virtual event. What kind of virtual things can I do? Well, let's take a step back. Let's think about what actually isn't probably going to work this year anymore. Sorry. So in-person events, we know those are thrown out probably for a while, we'd say, right? So we can't wait on, we can't wait on if so maybe. We're going to have to move forward with something digital. Yeah, we've got our safety first here, so please be sure to do that as well. So our first item, the second item up that we probably won't see much of, we don't recommend, is auctions. And here's why. Mainly because of the catastrophic impact of the coronavirus. There's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes for auctions, and a lot of requirements from these retailers who you potentially would have been reaching out to for their goods, services, but everyone's been impacted. Even these organizations who you want to tap into for their products and their services for the auction, we see that they're not able to meet those demands. Sales have dropped. People are looking for work. It's just not the right time to tap into these retailers. And beyond that, there's just a lot of work that goes into it in the back end for probably not much return as a result of this. And we see report after report about small businesses at risk. Another one more item or way to engage digitally that probably is not the best option right now is text to give. I have tons of requests for text to give. I'm not really sure why, mainly because it gives your donors more steps to process a donation. We see that donor conversion is highest when the donation process is the shortest. So instead of asking your donors to first remember a number to text, then remember the code to send, then they have to think of an amount to give. Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G today. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of not too easy on the donor's part. So instead, since everyone's on their phone, we definitely support just like a secure one-click link. Donate now, click here. So that's something that you can easily do with a campaign site, a donation page URL, just sharing that unique URL, that secure link via a text message or via social media platform. So much easier. We're always clicking links, right? On our social media platforms, much quicker, much easier, much higher possibility of conversion. The other great, on the other side of things, when we go virtual, so those things are out, right? So instead, we would recommend that peer-to-peer is in. So no in-person, no auctions, no raffles, no text. What would be the best option then? We would say peer-to-peer fundraising, because we've seen proven time and time again that it not only increases your audience and supporters and donors, but it also increases your ROI. So your return on investment increases due to the lower cost of fundraising. So again, here are just some points here. The direct mail acquisition usually cost, $138, the events, $50, direct mail renewal, $25, planning and giving, grants. So it costs so much more for these items above to raise $100 versus on CauseVox, it'll only cost you $3 to raise $100. So we see that organizations are able to increase their return on investment when they do go digital. So I actually thought it would be a great time to shift over to some examples that you might find on CauseVox, some examples of what you can do on CauseVox. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real quick so I can transition to those campaign examples. In just a moment, sorry about this. Sorry, one moment. Sorry, technical difficulties. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of events, virtual event ideas. The main two, like gala luncheon and walk, run, hike. So the first one we have here is the Summit Assistance Dogs annual luncheon, Unleash Your Love. They were incredible. They usually host this event in person every year. They had to quickly transition to online, virtual. And so you can see here, they just branded their campaign to their company, colors and logo. You see this place here is a spot for any media you might have hosted on YouTube or Vimeo. And then you can also use it as a graphic, a place for a graphic. Here's their progress bar. They exceeded their goal quite easily. So as you scroll through the campaign, you'll see a persistent donate button. Pops up their streamlined CauseVox donation page. A persistent share button, which I had referenced earlier to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, or email. You can also just quickly copy that link for convenience. And so, their strategy was awesome. They just pre-recorded their presentation, their gala, or their luncheon as it were, and then they directed their participants to that secure link to the YouTube channel on May 7th. They also embedded that right here. This is actually their pre-recorded live streamed presentation. They have a spot here for sponsor acknowledgements and linking out to URLs. And here is their peer-to-peer arm. And so this language is customizable. They decided to make every page, every personal peer-to-peer page and team page reflective of a table, a virtual table. So we thought that was really unique and just really smart of them to do. So our leaderboard is organized in order of most funds raised to least funds raised. So you can see your top earners there. And then we also offer you the opportunity to have blog style posts, which are great just to, either thank your donor base or, keep them abreast of your progress through the campaign, and those can easily be shared out as well. In terms of the fundraiser pages, they carry the same look and feel as your main campaign site, and they can be easily donated to or shared directly. These pages can be personalized. So your fundraisers can write about their connection to your organization and why it means something to them, why it's personal to their heart, and then their recent donor wall as well. So this is a quick look at something you could do for a luncheon or gala, something virtual. Again, their recent donors to just create more of a sense of community. If you know who's donating, your supporters are more likely to give if they know somebody who's already donated. In terms of a walk, run, hike, Arizona Friends of Foster Children Foundation did an exceptional job for their Keys to Success virtual walk. So they actually linked this campaign site when it was active. They linked it to one of their banner graphics on their main landing page of their website. And as you can see again, here's just another quick example. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you can see again, persistent donate button, persistent join the campaign button, share as your participants scroll through your campaign easily. They personalized with individual photos and prizes for their fundraisers and sponsor logos. And here again is their leaderboard and updates. I just want to quickly go over donation pages specifically. So that core bedrock of your donation process, make it or break it here. You can embed easily our donation page onto your website. As you can see, Nicholas House embedded our donation page right on their landing page. So you just scroll down, you can see our seamless here. Our donation form is seamless here. It's actually connected to a campaign site, so I can just search for the fundraiser I want my donation assigned to and move right along through this process, selecting one of these customized tiers. You can see it's a really quick process. I've been on the form before, so it saves my first name, last name, email. Just really seamless, really easy. And then we do have a customizable section question here, so you can ask any additional questions from your donors, which I'll show you in a second. And then the payment information. We are mobile optimized, as I had mentioned before. So that will allow your donors to have the Google or Apple Pay option available to them by default. So they can use their mobile wallet. They don't have to pull out a credit card or anything. And then another example of a donation page would be just this pop-up example. Again, we are Smart Save, so it saved my last donation. This form does have monthly recurring option. Both tiers can have different values associated. So one set of values for one-time gifts, another set of values for monthly recurring gifts. And again, a really quick process. There's those customizable fields here to ask additional questions, and then the charge. So really quick, really seamless. And so we are able to convert more donors easily that way. Great, so I think we do have time just to move forward through to, I know we wanted to touch on pricing. There were a lot of questions about that. So I'm gonna reshare my screen. So again, so as a recap real quick, what works for digital fundraising, that fast 15-second donation process, the mobile payments, the customization and flexibility of the embed options, as I had mentioned, as well as tailored campaign sites and the peer-to-peer fundraising. And so on CauseVox, we're actually offering all of this for free. So you can sign up for our basic plan, which is available to help you build and launch your digital fundraising for $0. I know that's crazy, but it's available to you. No transaction fees and no monthly fees. And so again, while typical fundraising software is clunky, complex, contract bound, CauseVox is actually going to help you tidy up your digital fundraising so that you can also raise funds with less effort, as you had seen those previous organization examples. And so actually I did want to show the pricing page in a little bit more depth outside of the 0% option. So I'm going to also reshare my screen real quick before we move on to questions. So as I had said, there is that 0% basic option for you. We do also have additional plans that are flexible and really based on the needs of your organization. So again, right now we're a 0% platform fee with the option of tipping CauseVox. So it's really just a very minimal annual or monthly plan depending on your strategy that you'd like to adopt. If you'd like to adopt a more consistent annual strategy with recurring donations, we can get you up and running on a very economical budget. And so again, if you just check out our pricing page at your convenience so you can see all of the features available to you on the different plans, that would be great. Or you can, of course, sign up for free for the free account, no cost to you, no card needed. You can also just try one of our trials to see all of those features and play around on the back end. Okay, I think now we're ready for some questions if we have time. I think we have like 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, we have a few minutes. We can work through some of these questions. So Eileen asked, how tech savvy does someone have to be to set up a campaign on CauseVox?
Oh, great question. Zero tech savvy. I actually am not tech savvy myself, but somehow I'm doing this. So, we are no IT needed, so no fear, no IT needed. Really quick and easy. And if you ever do have a question, we're here to walk you through the process.
Awesome. Thanks, Jenna. She is the best. And okay, so lots of questions that have come in. So someone asked, can you download reports on the basic account?
So you're going to be able to see all of your donation data on the basic account, but you won't have access to those downloads. You will have access on the next plan up, and but you will be able to see it all on the basic plan. You could even copy and paste if you need to, but the export's available on the paid plan.
Yeah, so standard plan and above, 185 month to month. You can access and download those reports, and you also get access to integrations options through Zapier. So thank you for your question. I had another one queued up here. So many have come in. All right, so will CauseVox integrate with Little Green Light? Yes, so that is one of the integrations available through the Zapier tool. So you can push CauseVox data directly into Little Green Light or a lot of other platforms using Zapier. So that streamlines the whole process, no exports, imports, the whole thing. So thanks, Erin, for your question. Let's see. So I see a couple of questions about getting links to the campaigns. I'm happy to paste those in the chat, but we can also include those in the follow-up email as well if you're interested in taking a look. And I really encourage you, if you're interested in getting one of these types of demos, but more one-on-one so that you can explore it for yourself, you can actually book a time with us. You'll be chatting with Jenna or I for 30 minutes. We'll get to know your organization and show you some examples, go through a lot of these details and even more of the back end and how easy it is to really set up and manage that. So an anonymous attendee did ask, what is peer-to-peer fundraising?
Oh, yeah, sorry, good question. I don't know if I touched on that well enough, but peer-to-peer fundraising is basically when you activate your key supporters at your organization. Could be board members, could be volunteers, could be previous donors or recurring donors, and actually ask them to raise funds on your behalf. So you're activating them to actually raise funds with you in support of your organization.
Awesome. Fiona asked, does CauseVox work with various currencies? They are a charity fundraiser in South Africa.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we have, so our payment processor is Stripe. And so they allow us to offer donating with various currencies across the globe. So yes, I think there's like, oh, I don't even know, so many currencies available to us, Candace. So I'm pretty sure that that would be applicable for also individuals in South Africa.
Yeah, okay, great. And then Amanda asks, is it like Kickstarter where you have to meet the minimum goal in order to receive any of the funds raised?
Oh, good question. Yeah, no. So again, with Stripe, we're able to allow the funds to be deposited directly into your bank account on a 2-day rolling basis. So after the first donation is processed, there's a 7-day waiting period for that first donation to process, and thereafter, funds will be deposited on a 2-day rolling basis.
Yeah, so there's no extra fees or anything if you don't meet your fundraising goal. You get to keep everything that you raise. We're here to support the little guys, you know, small to medium-sized nonprofits where we just help you get your digital fundraising up and running really easily. No fuss, no IT, very simple to use. And you also get access to our team to help you through all of that. So Jenna and I work with all of our customers to help ensure that you are successful. And so it is like crowdfunding. You can run crowdfunding, peer-to-peer fundraising, and more, as well as donation pages right on your website. Jenna, I'm not sure if you see any more in the chat or the Q&A that you want to pick up.
Individuals can also use CauseVox. You don't have to be a nonprofit organization per se. Open to everyone and anyone who needs to raise funds, even for profit.
Ooh, good one. Amanda also asked, does it send donation receipts out for you so that they...
Oh, yeah. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, we send automated donation receipts out upon each donation. They're customizable, so you can tailor them to your needs, your branding, and any tax deductible standards that you need.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to actually go ahead and paste in the link for you to book a demo with us so that you can go ahead and just put in that request. You'll hear from us probably tomorrow, since we're doing this today, and then we'll get a time scheduled with you to go ahead and chat with you for a half hour. So I just pasted that in for anyone that is interested. Feel free to take a look. Javade asks, do you charge transaction fees?
Our original pricing model did have platform fees, but right now we're on a 0% model when you give donors the option to just tip CauseVox. It's an optional tip. So we charge 0 for our platform fee. The only transaction fee involved is the Stripe, minimal Stripe platform fee of 2.2% plus 30 cents per transaction, and that's the discount for nonprofit organizations.
Awesome. And Taylor asks, donation forms and CauseVox, are they one-time only, or can you accept monthly donations?
Yeah, I just saw Taylor's question. So yep, we accept monthly donations, or we're able to help you process monthly recurring donations. So donors will have the option of either one-time or monthly or recurring gifts.
Yeah, and the great thing with the donation forms is that they're super customizable. So if you want monthly recurring to be the first option your donor sees, the auto-selected one, you're able to do that. You're actually also able to set up recurring only donation forms. So if you want that to be separate. Our donation forms are also super dynamic as far as the donation tiers, the suggested amounts that your donors can choose from. So if you want to have recurring be a little bit less in cost than the, the one-time tiers. So maybe your first tier on one-time is $30 and your first tier on recurring is $10 to encourage people to give monthly. And then, if people choose that recurring option, then you're raising 4 times more from that donor for the year. So yeah, you're able to have separate tiers for monthly gifts. Yes, so Carol, this can be shared on Facebook. We have integrated sharing options with Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, email, and then also a quick copy paste option for you to share across multiple platforms. So really integrated with sharing. You're also able to integrate Facebook Live, YouTube Live as well directly into CauseVox. So you're able to live stream on the platform as well, so that you can direct your donors to CauseVox, they can attend the live stream, and then also be prompted to donate right on the page. All right, so yeah, someone else asked about recurring. Your donors do get a receipt every month that goes out automatically. So if they want to cancel at any time, they're able to. They're also able to update their card on file. Should their card fail, we also send out automatic rescue emails to help you retain those hard-earned recurring donors. CauseVox works with a lot of donor management platforms. So that's through Zapier. So a few off the top of my head are Little Green Light, Neon, Kindful, Bloomerang, Salesforce. It integrates with QuickBooks, and there's a lot more. So I saw a few others. So if you have more questions as to if your tool that you're using has an integration, shoot us an email at support@causevox.com and we can definitely connect with you after. So I do want to take a few minutes and wrap this up so that we give you a quick break, so then you can go ahead, grab a cup of coffee and come back promptly at 11 o'clock for our next session. And you don't have to be using a donor management software, Janine, to use CauseVox. We actually have a light fundraising CRM built in as well, that you can use to keep track of all of your donors from within CauseVox. So awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this amazing demo. Thank you so much, Jenna, for leading it. This has been so great to be able to share more with all of you about how CauseVox can help you raise more.
Yeah, thank you so much.